In this video, I'm going to talk about the approach and the overall process of completing Dank Energy on the Moonboard 2016 set. Alright, and to start things off, I start with my hands crossed, so immediately I can bring that right heel up to where my left hand was previously. So after getting that right heel up, I'm getting ready to throw to that right sloper pinch. It's a horizontal pinch. It's sloped. The best part is in the exact center. And there's going to be a large distance of hand travel for my right hand. But of course, this is going to be the most important hold of the climb. So making sure I'm on it in the most optimal position is very important. And also kind of just a lucky guess, especially from such a low throw. So as we're going to watch now, I get that heel up, I do a pump, and then I catch it. Now, most of the time when catching it, it's not really the most optimal. The main goal is kind of just going to be able to hold it until I come out, and then I can bring my foot back up. So then at that point, I can adjust it. So what I had found, just experimenting personally, is that when I land on this hold, it's not most optimal to go directly straight into the hold with, 4 fingers, thumb underneath, but to actually come in at an angle so that I can bring my pinky on to do a bit more work while having my middle and ring finger towards that center dish part of this sloped pinch. So it may not be the best for everyone, but with this hold, I feel that was my personal preference, and it really made the difference, especially when cutting feet after that first initial throw. So after making that adjustment, I scoot my right hand over, more leftward, so I can activate that pinky like I was saying. And then from there, left foot onto the start hold. And I just feel comfortable enough on those holds when working that in isolation that I just cut again. But yeah, and then I get ready to set up for what I found to be the real crux, which is the second to last move. So for the final crux, I'm going to be throwing off that yellow knob left hand and that horizontal pinch right hand to straight to the finish hold. There is this intermediate black crimp hold, but to use that as a Gaston honestly seemed almost impossible for me, while at least going to the finish hold was just low percentage. What made this move so difficult was keeping and really utilizing that left hand while it's so, small and uncomfortable, because after this throw, you do have to keep that at about waist level while, holding the actual final hold to finally, set up. Yeah, look at that. I'm basically pressing down to just keep that point of contact on the wall while adjusting my right hand, but making that throw with that as your kind of anchor point, I found was just the most difficult for me. And so finally, when the stars align, I properly land on that finish hold, at least enough to be able to cut feet and bring them back in. Here we can see I do, of course, I land it, I bring my foot in, but I have to do some adjustments and work my fingers around. Let's look at that again. I have to do some adjustments and work my fingers around because I don't feel like I can really support my weight and let go of that terrible left hand hold. So I do some scooting, and I think I just bring my fingers a bit deeper into the hold, and then, of course, I get ready to... I sway back a little bit. I remember getting to this point, I think I was going to start crying if I would have fallen, because imagine, finally landing, doing both cruxes, you're on the final hold, and you start swaying back a little bit, and you just fall off. But, of course, thankfully, that didn't happen. And then we could see I successfully topped the boulder. And, yeah, that is how I did my hardest board climb and climb to date.